All right, everyone, welcome back. Tonight, we are going to deep dive right into music's biggest night, the 2025 Grammy Awards.
Music's biggest night.
Yeah, and we've got some great sources to dig into.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 2 articles, hot off the presses, and of course, that super detailed Wikipedia entry that always has all the goods.
The goods.
Yeah, so...
We're going to break down all those winners.
Yes, but also, like, those OMG moments. Right? The ones everybody's still talking about.
Yeah, we're not just going to, list who won what,
Right.
We got to uncover the stories.
Yes.
Behind the trophies, the cultural shifts, maybe even a little bit of drama.
I like it.
We want to make this year's Grammys truly unforgettable.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't watch.
Right, like you were there.
You were right there in the front row.
Front row seats, people. Okay, but speaking of unforgettable, we got to start with Queen Bey.
Queen Bey.
Beyoncé. Her Album of the Year win for Cowboy Carter
Is making history.
It's historic. It's
Yeah.
been over 25 years since a black woman won this category.
Right. When you think about it,
It's mind-blowing. It really is.
it's wild.
And what makes this even more incredible, right, is that Cowboy Carter is her first country album.
A country album.
I mean, come on, the Queen can do it all.
She just comes in, says, hey, I'm going to make a country album, and she wins.
And she wins. Do you think this win could open doors, though, for more artists to experiment with different genres, challenge what we think country music even is?
It's the big question.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's almost like she's saying, my artistry can't be put in a box.
Right. I love that.
You can't put a label on it.
Yeah.
But whether that leads to a real shift in country music itself,
Right.
or if it's just like a Beyonce phenomenon, it remains to be seen.
Yeah, time will tell.
Only time will tell.
It is definitely a win for diversity in music, though.
Oh, absolutely.
And speaking of making history, Kendrick Lamar also had a night to remember.
Oh, yeah, Kendrick, he dominated.
The dominated.
Taking home 5 Grammys,
Right.
including both Record and Song of the Year for Not Like Us.
That song really hit hard, It's not just catchy. It's got that powerful statement about social injustice, the world we live in. What did you think of it?
Not Like Us.
Yeah.
It shows how rap can be so much more than just beats and rhymes.
It can be.
It can really spark important conversations, make you see the world a little differently.
For sure.
Kendrick's always been a thought-provoking artist.
Always.
But, this song, I feel like it really captured, the mood of our times.
Absolutely.
Like where we're at right now.
And of course, he throw in that ongoing riverry with Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Just adds fuel to the fire.
The music world loves a good rivalry.
Oh, yeah, we do.
But, the Grammys weren't all about, the established icons. We had some breakout stars this year.
Yes. So many. Who stood out to you?
Breakout stars.
For me, it was Chappell Roan taking home Best New Artist.
Oh, yeah.
So fresh. Her music's so fresh.
So fresh.
And that performance on the Pink Pony, iconic. What does this win tell us about the future of pop music, though?
I think it shows that authenticity, and vulnerability. Those are resonating with listeners.
Yeah.
Like her music, it's heartbreak, it's loneliness.
Yeah.
Themes that a lot of young people, especially women, they really connect with,
It's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's what some people are calling sad girl pop.
Sad girl pop.
And it's a powerful force in music right now.
Powerful force. It's...
And you can't deny the influence of TikTok.
Oh, TikTok, yeah.
In propelling this genre,
Yeah.
right? It's everywhere.
Absolutely. Social media has changed the game.
It really has.
For artists, for everyone.
Yeah, powerful tool to connect with fans, build momentum.
Get your music out there.
Get it out there. Speaking of female powerhouses, Dapichi winning Best Rap Album. Huge.
Huge.
And her speech highlighting black women in hip-hop.
So inspiring.
It was so inspiring.
It was a much-needed acknowledgement in a genre that's, let's be real, it's still dominated by men.
Absolutely.
And it shows that things are changing.
They're changing. Representation matters.
Yes. And Sabrina Carpenter, what a night. Best pop vocal album and best pop solo performance.
Espresso was inescapable this year.
Inescapable.
And it's clear that she has put in the work
She has.
to build a dedicated fan base.
It's incredible, her evolution from Disney Channel star to Grammy-winning artist.
Inspiring.
Inspiring is the word.
It is.
And it's a great example of how an artist can grow and change with their audience,
Yeah, for sure.
But, the Grammys weren't just about the music this year.
No.
They also tackled some serious political and social issues.
We saw the Grammys become like a platform
The platform.
for artists to use their voices,
Yeah.
to call for change.
Yes.
Shakira, for example,
Yes.
she used her win for Best Latin Pop Album to speak out for immigrants,
Yes.
making a powerful statement, against those,
Yeah.
the impact of Trump-era policies, which is still felt today.
Yeah, and her speech resonated
It resonates.
with a lot of people, especially, given that Trump is back in office.
Right, the political climate, yeah.
And then Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars using their platform to champion LGBTQIA plus rights.
Again, very timely message,
Timely.
given how, those rights are increasingly under attack.
Yeah.
So it was powerful to see artists,
Mm.
speaking out for what they believe in.
And using their platform for good.
Using their platform for good.
And it was good. Beyond the awards and speeches, there were some other, headline-grabbing moments.
Oh, for
The
sure.
Weeknd returning to perform
Oh, yeah.
after years of boycotting. I mean,
His performance was electric.
it was.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
And, seeing him back on that Grammy stage
Right.
felt like a major reconciliation,
Yeah.
with the Recording Academy.
What do you think prompted this change of heart, though?
It's hard to say, right?
Yeah,
But his presence definitely made a statement.
it did, for sure.
And, we can't forget that star-studded tribute to Quincy Jones.
Legendary. That was truly special, seeing all those artists from different generations come together
Different generations.
to honor him. A testament to his impact, truly.
Well, travel back.
On the music industry, yeah. And speaking of impactful moments, I was really moved by the performances dedicated to the victims of the California wildfires.
Oh, yeah.
Heartbreaking to see the devastation from those fires, but also inspiring to see the music community coming together like that.
Coming together to support those affected.
Yeah.
Music can be a powerful force for healing and unity.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't be the Grammys without a few snubs and surprises, though, right?
Oh, it wouldn't. No. Anita being nominated.
Oh, yeah, Anita.
For Best Latin Pop Album for Funk Generation.
Funk Generation.
Huge step for Brazilian funk. I mean,
Groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking.
it was, although she didn't win. Just the nomination itself was huge. Got people talking about Brazilian funk.
Got people talking.
And its potential to reach a global audience, right?
Yeah, it makes you wonder. Are the Grammys truly representative of the global music scene? Or do they still lean towards certain genres, certain regions?
That is the question.
It's a complex question.
It is.
And, there's no easy answer. The Grammys have made progress
They have.
in terms of diversity and inclusion,
Yeah.
but there's always room for improvement.
There is.
And I think Anita's nomination shows that they're moving in the right direction.
I hope so. It would be awesome to see more Brazilian artists getting recognized on a global scale.
I think it's only a matter of time.
Uh,
Brazilian music is so vibrant, so infectious.
it is.
It's bound to break through even more.
All right, I'm excited to see what the future holds.
The future.
Speaking of the future of music, though, there was one win that really got people talking.
Oh, yeah.
The Beatles winning Best Rock Performance
The beat.
for a song that was finished using AI to recreate John Lennon's vocals.
That is the one that got people talking.
Makes you think, right? It raises so many questions about what it means to be a musician in this digital age.
What does it even mean to be a musician anymore?
I know.
It's a sign of the times.
What do you make of it?
I mean, it's a sign of the times, but it also makes you wonder, where do we draw the line
Yeah, where's the line?
between technology and artistry?
Right?
Is it still the Beatles if John Lennon's voice is digitally recreated?
It's a tough one.
It is.
It's definitely a sign of the times, though.
Oh, it is.
But it makes you wonder where we go from here.
It's a slippery slope, that's for sure.
It is a slippery slope, and one that the music industry is still grappling with, right? As AI technology keeps advancing, we're going to have to keep asking these tough questions about authorship, authenticity, what it even means to create music.
What does it mean to create?
I don't know.
It's fascinating.
It's fascinating. It's a little bit scary.
A little bit scary.
But it's the future, so we've got to embrace it.
We got to figure it out.
I think for now, it's safe to say that the 2025 Grammys were a night of both celebration and reflection.
Oh, yeah.
Celebration and reflection.
Absolutely. A night that showcased the power of music to inspire, to challenge, and to bring people together.
Music is powerful.
Music is powerful.
And on that note, I think we need a moment to just digest everything we've talked about so far. When we come back, we'll be diving even deeper into the meaning behind these wins and what they tell us about the future of music.
Welcome back, everyone. We covered a lot of ground,
We did, we did.
from those surprise wins to those powerful speeches.
Powerful speeches.
But now it's time to, really unpack what these Grammys mean for music, for culture, for, everything.
Beyond the headlines.
Yeah.
We're going deep.
And one win that's still generating buzz, Beyoncé's domination of the country music category.
Oh, Beyonce.
Was it a one-time thing, or could this signal a real shift in country music? What do you think?
Well, Beyonce winning Best Country Album and Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter, it's a huge deal.
It's huge.
I mean, some critics see it as a sign of progress, right? That country music is becoming more inclusive, open to different sounds, different artists. But others argue it's more about Beyonce's star power
Yeah.
than a real change in the genre, so.
I think it's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Beyoncé is a force of nature.
Yeah.
Right?
She is.
Her talent, it transcends genre boundaries.
It does.
But I think her win also creates a space for more diverse voices in country music.
Create space.
It challenges those traditional expectations and asks us, what could country music sound like in the future?
Right. What could it sound like? It's exciting to think about.
It is.
And this blurring of genre lines, right? It isn't just happening in country music.
It's everywhere.
Think about Chappell Roan's win for Best New Artist.
Oh, yeah.
Her blend of, pop and sad girl themes.
Sad girl pop.
It's resonating with a huge audience, especially on platforms like TikTok.
TikTok, that's where it's at.
And Doechie's win for Best Rap Album, another example of how artists are breaking down boundaries.
Pushing the limits.
Yeah, pushing the limits of what their genre can be.
Exactly. It's a reminder that music's always evolving. And the artists who are willing to take risks, to experiment,
Yeah.
they're the ones shaping the sound of tomorrow.
The sound of tomorrow, speaking of artists who are shaping the sound, Kendrick Lamar and his win for Song of the Year.
Not like us.
Not like us.
A prime example of how music can be entertaining and thought-provoking.
It is.
A song that stays with you long after you've heard it.
It does. It really does. It's not just about the beats and the rhymes. It's about the story.
The message.
Yeah, the message she's sharing with the world.
It resonated.
It did. And winning both Song and Record of the Year, it shows how impactful his music is.
Impact.
Tapping into something bigger than just the music industry.
And, his rivalry with Drake.
Of course.
It adds another layer, right?
Always got to have a little
drama.
A little drama. Rivalries aside, what I find so fascinating about Kendrick's music is how he uses it to address these really important social issues.
Fearless.
He's fearless. Yeah, not afraid to challenge the status quo.
Make people think.
Make you think, absolutely. And speaking of artists using their platform to make a difference, we saw some really powerful moments at the Grammys.
Oh, yeah, beyond the awards themselves.
Beyond the awards.
The speeches were a highlight for me.
The speeches were great.
Shakira using her win to speak out for immigrants. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars advocating for LGBTQIA+ rights.
It was inspiring.
Inspiring to see these artists using their voices for something bigger than themselves.
Yeah, it shows that the Grammys are more than just an awards show, right? It's a platform.
It's a platform.
For these artists to connect with a global audience, make a real impact.
And that impact can extend beyond, just the social and political issues.
Yeah.
Think about the performances dedicated to the California wildfire victim.
Oh, so moving, so powerful.
Incredibly moving.
It was a beautiful way to acknowledge the tragedy and show solidarity with those affected.
Music has this incredible power to bring people together.
It does.
In times of joy, in times of sorrow.
In times of need.
It's a universal language.
It really is. And that universality was also reflected in the diversity of artists who were nominated and who won this year.
We saw wins for artists from all over the world.
All over the world.
Representing a wide range of genres, backgrounds. It's a reminder that music is a global force. And the Grammys, they're becoming more reflective of that global landscape.
But there's still work to be done, right?
There's always work to be done.
Like we talked about earlier, Anitta's nomination for Best Latin Pop Album.
Generation.
Huge step for Brazilian funk, but ultimately she didn't win.
She didn't.
So does this suggest that the Grammys still have a bias towards certain genres, certain regions?
It's a complex issue. There's no easy answer, but I will say this. The Grammys have made progress in terms of diversity and inclusion, but there's always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement.
It would be amazing to see even more representation from artists all over the world really representing that global music landscape.
And speaking of, breaking through, we gotta talk about the Beatles winning Best Rock Performance
The Beatles.
for a song that was finished using AI to recreate John Lennon's vocals.
Oh, that got people talking.
That got people talking. It raises so many questions, right? About the future of music,
The role of technology.
the role of technology, what it means to be an artist in this digital age.
What does it mean to be an artist anymore?
I know. It's like we're entering a new era
New era.
where the lines between human creativity and artificial intelligence are becoming blurred.
They're getting blurry.
And it's not just about music, it's happening everywhere.
It's everywhere.
In art, in creativity. I mean, what does authorship even mean in this new world?
Big questions.
Big, big questions.
What are the ethical implications?
Yeah, these are the questions that we need to be asking.
I need to figure it out.
As technology continues to evolve, a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
But for now, I think we need a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed so far.
A moment of reflection.
The 2025 Grammys were a night of groundbreaking wins, inspiring speeches, and moments that challenged us to think about the future of music. When we return, we'll wrap up this deep dive with our final thoughts on what these awards mean for the music industry and the world. Welcome back to our final deep dive into the 2025 Grammy Awards.
The final deep dive.
We've unpacked the biggest wins,
The wins.
explored those controversies.
Yeah, we got into it.
And now it's time to answer the big question: what does it all mean?
What does it all mean?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen history made,
We've seen it all.
boundaries pushed,
Push to the limit.
and like glimpses into this future
Yeah.
where music is like even more diverse,
More diverse.
more global,
More global.
and more intertwined with technology than ever before.
Technology is everywhere.
It really is. So, looking ahead, what's the one thing you think listeners should take away from this year's Grammys? What will we still be talking about a year from now?
You know, for me, it's the blurring of genre lines.
The blurring of genre lines?
Beyonce winning in country.
Huh?
Chaperone's, sad girl pop anthem taking Best New Artist.
Yeah.
These wins suggest that artists are no longer content to be confined
Right.
by traditional genre labels.
Breaking free.
Breaking free.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, I make the music I want to make.
That's right.
And you can call it whatever you like.
Call it whatever you want.
I love that attitude.
I love that energy and that freedom of expression. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
It opens up so many possibilities for artists and for listeners.
For everyone.
For everyone.
What could happen? Like, just imagine if more artists took this approach.
Imagine.
Like, what if Taylor Swift released a bluegrass album?
Bluegrass Taylor.
Or like Harry Styles went full on jazz.
Oh, man.
What would that sound like?
Now that would be something.
It would?
It would challenge our expectations.
Totally.
And force us to rethink, how we define these artists, their music.
How we categorize them, right?
Yeah.
It would be a testament, though, to the power of music to constantly evolve, to surprise us.
Music is always changing.
Always changing. Music has always been a reflection of the times. And in a world that's increasingly, like, interconnected.
Interconnected.
Yeah, we're seeing a fusion of sounds and styles that's like truly groundbreaking.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. And the Grammys this year were a celebration of that fusion.
They were.
From the global sounds of Anita's, funk-infused pop
Global sounds.
to the genre-bending artistry of Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, it's clear that music is becoming more diverse,
Absolutely.
more representative of the world we live in.
Remember the world we live in.
And with technology advancing so rapidly,
At an incredible pace.
the possibilities for music creation and consumption, they're endless.
Endless.
Like the Beatles winning with AI-generated vocals. That's just one example of how technology is changing the game.
Changing everything.
It's exciting, but also a little bit daunting.
Right. A little daunting.
We're in uncharted territory. There are a lot of big questions to consider.
Big questions.
So one thing's for sure. The 2025 Grammys were a pivotal moment in music history.
A pivotal moment.
A year that marked a shift towards a more inclusive, more experimental, and more technologically driven future for music.
The future of music.
So well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage you, the listeners, to go beyond the headlines, right? Seek out the music that spoke to you.
Yeah, find your sound.
Find your sound and keep exploring the ever-changing landscape of sound.
Keep exploring.
Because music is more than just entertainment.
It's a force.
It's a powerful force that can connect us, challenge us, and inspire us to see the world in new ways.
In new ways.
So keep listening, keep questioning,
Keep questioning.
and keep the music playing.
Keep the music playing.
Until next time, deep divers, we'll see you back here soon for another deep dive into the world of music, culture, and all the things that make us think, feel, and connect.